Hey YouTube, guess what I found thrifting today? Now, probably nobody knows this because I don't really post any content about it, but one of my other passions is retro game collecting. And I've been looking for some time to try and find a tower to replicate the setup that I had back when I was a kid. The very first computer I bought with my own money was an MDG Pentium 4. Can't remember the rest of the specs really. Probably 2 gig RAM, 300 gig hard drive, no graphics card. But it was the very first PC I saved up and bought with my own money back in probably 2001 or so. And this Dell here is a Dimension E520, and it was built, I think, in 2002. It's got a Pentium D processor. I've checked, it's got 4 gigs of RAM, a 500 gig hard drive, a 320 gig hard drive. Well, I think one of them doesn't work, which is why it ended up at the thrift store. It's got 2 disk drives, 1 DVD burner, 1 DVD ROM, I believe. It's got space for a floppy, which is nice for being able to do retro games. And it's got a NVIDIA P280 graphics card and a sound blaster in it as well. Really excited to tear into this thing. I did turn it on at the thrift store, and it did boot to the BIOS. But wouldn't boot into any OS. I just kept hearing it clicking out of it, so I'm pretty sure one of these drives here is bad. But I think we're gonna just blow the dust out of this thing, get it cleaned up, just, you know, enough to bring it into the house because it's disgusting inside. And we'll go from there. We'll try and get Windows XP installed on it, which was the OS I had on my original PC. And if it all works, we'll probably put a bigger hard drive in it, maybe a nicer graphics card, and get it fully cleaned up, fully stripped down, disassembled, everything cleaned up and nice and sparkly. And I got this thing for just, it was $14.99 when I had a 20% off coupon, so I paid just 13 bucks or so after taxes. So I feel like I stole this thing. I'm excited to tear into it. Okay, this has to be one of the most disgusting coolers I've seen in a long time. I'm pretty sure the previous owner was a smoker. Let's blow this out. Alright, now that we got roughly a pound of dust out of it, we'll put the panel back on, give it a quick wipe down, and then we'll go downstairs and hook it up to a monitor and keyboard and see if we can figure out which hard drive is bad and get Windows XP installed onto the good one. I've got it all set up now in my game room setup, and let's turn it on and see if it's still working after getting all the dust blown out. Oh, that's doing exactly what I was. Oh, flashed again. Yeah, it sounds like we got a bad drive. So let's see if we can figure out which one's making that noise. Feels like it's this one. Let's see if it stops when I unplug it. Yep. All right, let's pull that drive out. So we got a Western Digital 250 gigabyte. Let's see what happens if we try and boot without this. Alright, so boot drive not found. Let's see if there's any OS on the other drive. Alright, no drive on SATA 0. SATA 1 has a DVD. Nothing there. DVD. There's the other hard drive on SATA 5. I don't know if we can add that one to the boot sequence. Okay, I'll try swapping cables and see if it does anything off the other drive. Nothing as well. Alright, I've got another 500 gigabyte hard drive. I'm just going to throw that in there and see what kind of behavior we get. We'll probably just slap Windows XP on that drive. Got a nice Seagate 500 gigabyte drive I grabbed out of a old broken PVR. So at least with Dells this is pretty easy to swap. Just pop this one out of its carrier. Pop the new one in. And we'll throw that in and see if it recognizes it. New drive is in, let's see what happens. It's about what I expected. Let's boot into the BIOS and make sure it's recognizing that drive correctly, and then we'll get a Windows XP CD and start the install. Alright, there's our 500 gig drive that we just put in. Still seeing the other one. Alright, let's get a Windows XP disk and see if we can get this thing to install a copy of Windows. Well, in my collection of disks, I've got a Windows XP Home x86 and one just labeled Windows XP. I guess we'll toss one of these in and hope for the best. Good old blue Windows setup screen. I probably couldn't even count how many times I've installed Windows XP in my life, but I always remember this being a particularly painful experience. waiting for it to slog through the whole thing. Alright, to set up Windows XP now, press enter to prepare a XP installation using recovery console, press R. Well, we definitely want to do install, so enter. I agree. Alright, now we gotta figure out our partitions. Let's delete all of these. Alright, we got a new partition on the C drive. Just hit enter for install. Do the quick, let's do this right. We'll do a proper format in NTFS. And now we wait. We'll come back to this when it's all done. Well, we've hit 99%, almost out of the formatting stage. It took about 2 hours to get to this point. On to copying files. Going pretty well so far. That was faster than I thought it would be. I can't remember what comes after this though. Oh yeah, I remember the screen pretty well. Alright, says it'll be done in about 39 minutes. We'll be back in a bit and see where we're at. The language screen just came up prompting us to do a few things, so let's get through that. Well, can't see this part, so we're just going to skip past this. Alright, now that I haven't given away my serial number for Windows XP, moving to the next screen. We're on Eastern time. Well, clock is right. Oh, we're going fast now. We're past that part and keep moving through the setup. man, does that bring back memories. Alright, we're gonna have to track down drivers now, get everything set up. I don't know how much we can see in the control panel so far, but let's see what we've got. Classic view. Device manager. And we can see both hard drives, we can see both DVD drives, although it doesn't seem like the bottom one works, it doesn't open. So we're missing drivers for our Ethernet controller, some kind of PCI controller, maybe, no, that's the video card. Well, luckily with Dells, it's very easy to find drivers, so I'll have to chase these down, get them all installed, and then see what we're working with. Still can't figure out quite what that graphics card is though. But looking good. It looks like we got a decent computer for $13. Also, I realized I totally misread the date code when I was poking around inside. I thought this was made in 2002, but I clearly misremembered what the era of the Pentium D was. This is actually a 2007 build, so it's a bit older, sorry, a bit newer than the machine that I'm, you know, think back so fondly on, the one I bought when I was a kid. So close enough overall. I think we'll be pretty good. All right, I've gone ahead and went to Dell's site, downloaded all of the drivers I could find that I think were applicable to this. With Dell's, it's pretty easy. They got everything on there. Just got to put in the service tag on the drivers and support section of the website, and it'll show you everything you more or less need. Didn't want to recognize my USB key for whatever reason. I didn't have one that was kind of small enough from this era, so I threw everything on a DVD. So I guess let's work through these one by one and see what these are. I guess this is an audio driver. Okay, I guess this driver isn't for this system. Let's see what this one does. This should be the network driver. See if this one works. Well, it did something. Oh, there we go. I guess we have an Ethernet driver now. Yeah, that looks like it worked. It's the Intel chipset. We'll do that after we finish installing everything. This is the integrated graphics, I think, which we're not using in this case. It's got its own card, but I figured we should put it on. No, I guess not present. All right, this should be the dedicated graphics card. Nothing like that old NVIDIA logo. I have to say, this thing is super snappy right now with a fresh install. I can only imagine how awesome this would have felt as a new PC back in the day. Oh, looks like that worked. We've got I think it recognized the Sound Blaster card, but for some reason, I have no idea what this has to do with this. Let's let the NVIDIA driver do its thing. I don't know, maybe that sound card was put in after the fact by somebody, because I did not see a Sound Blaster driver on Dell's site. There we go. Where's my mouse? No response. Now let's give it a minute to sort itself out. Yeah, some quick boot time. Especially considering this is running off of a mechanical hard drive. All right, let's go into Device Manager and see if we still got stuff that doesn't have drivers. All right, we've got the audio device and some other unknown device, but we're making progress. Let's just get the network cable plugged in and see if we can get online. Says it's connected. Let's open up good old Internet Explorer and see if anything actually works. Well, we got something. Well, we're online. Let's see if we can activate. Okay, I haven't done this in years. I don't even know if this actually works still or if I'm just going to have to crack it. Let's leave that alone and see if we can do an update. How do you do updates? I forget. System tools? No. Windows Update. There we go. Can't even get on there. All right, I think a little more research is required. Not tried to set up a Windows XP computer in forever. So give me a moment and let me figure out what the hell I'm doing. It's the next day now, and I made a little bit of progress first. On the activation front, I did get it activated. It turns out that the activation servers are down for Windows XP now, but I was actually surprisingly able to call in through the activation phone line, and it still worked. So that was a shocker to me, but I thought I was going to have to use some kind of keygen or something. The other thing is I found a browser that actually installed that's supposed to work on modern websites, but getting this error. And I think it's pointing to the fact that I'm missing updates and I'm on Service Pack 1 right now. So downloaded SP2 and SP3, put them on a disk, and we're going to see if we can get them to install because the computer also can't access the Windows Update servers. SP3, this would be SP2. Let's see what happens. Let's see, before you install, we recommend that you back up your system, close all open programs. Well, there's nothing to back up and there's nothing open, so I agree. Next, let's see what happens. My biggest worry is that it tells me there's some other update I need to find to install this update. It's kind of difficult to update Windows right now because, as I said, there's no update server anymore, so you got to go through a backup repository and try and manually find them. Just not fun in general. And we're done. Okay, let's restart and see if we can install Service Pack 3 afterwards. Pretty sure it was supposed to restart automatically, but let's just force it, I guess. Not gonna work anyways. Okay, I think we have Service Pack 2. Let's just double check. Yep, Service Pack 2 is in. Let's go see if Service Pack 3 installs. Oops. Same thing all over again. I agree. Next, let's see what happens. Again, I'm not checking do not restart now, so it should restart. Let's see what happens this time around. Nope, yet again, it seems like it's doing nothing. All right, force the restart. Let's see if it, oh, there we go, it did it. Looks like same deal as last time. Again, nope, that's not going to help us, so don't bother. All right, let's check. Do we have Service Pack 3? Yes, we do. Awesome. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's see, did that resolve our issue with MyPal, or am I going to have to keep chasing things down? Oh, this is better. Yes. Got it. All right. Can we go to Reddit? Looks okay-ish. No, not really. It's not quite loading right. What about YouTube? And it's an improvement over before. These sites would not have loaded, period, last time. No, it actually looks halfway decent. Let's see if we can actually play a video. Now would you look at that, watching modern YouTube videos on a PC that is coming up on 20 years old. Can we get HD? I mean, we still got no sound because can't figure out the sound card driver yet, but we will. That's gonna be the next thing now that we've got a mostly working system. But I mean, other than being kind of slow, it's working. It's kind of cool to be browsing the web on a XP computer. Most of the purpose of this machine, again, is going to be retro gaming, running some older apps, running some older hardware. I've got this, I picked this up a while ago and I haven't really had a setup to use it, but for $5 or so, I got this ViewSonic media adapter that lets you stream stuff from your PC to your TV with old style RCA outputs on the back. Thought this would be fun to do a video on one day, but we need an XP machine to run the software that goes with it. So now that we've got a more or less working and updated PC, I think I'm going to shut her down and we're going to take that graphics card out and see what it is. And see if we can track down some drivers. See if we can get the sound going. So to get the graphics card out, we just got to pop open this. No screws, just release that. We can pull out the card. And what do we have? So we got a Sound Blaster SB1040. All right, we'll throw that back in and we'll go see if we can track down the driver for that. The other thing I really want to do to this machine is upgrade the graphics card. Got a 7300 in there. The unfortunate part is I actually have a GTX 460, I think, kicking around, but the way it installs, it would require a slot up here for air output and would also interfere with the CPU cooler over here. So installing that is probably not going to happen in this machine. I'm thinking maybe to track down a GTX 9800 and throw that in, one that's single height. That'll fit, I hope, and that'll give us probably, era appropriate maximum graphics performance. Well, it's been 2 days and I finally got some time to get back to the old Dell XP machine. I think I have tracked down the driver for the audio card. So let's see if we can install that. And then I think we're pretty much going to be done for now. restart and see if we got a working sound card. All right, no more mystery devices. And there's our sound blaster. All right, let's go find a speaker and see if we have sound. Managed to get some speakers hooked up, so we're just gonna go to My Music. There's always sample music in XP. Let's play Symphony number 9. There we go. We now have a fully working Windows XP computer. Wonder if I should throw a game on here and see how she runs. All right, after a lot of screwing around, I managed to find a game that finally worked. The Mystery of the Nautilus. Some random garage sale pickup I made. Even getting this to run was challenging. I had to end up running it in 98 compatibility mode, even though it says right there compatible with XP. I tried installing Lego Soccer Mania. It says it works with XP. Didn't work. Tried a much older game, Carmageddon, but it just looked like garbage. So this one seems to work. Let's start it up and see what it's all about. It'll be the very first time running a game on this new old rig. And in general, I gotta get more games from this era. Most of my CD-ROM game collection is all 95, 3.1, that kind of stuff. Oops. I got new game, load game, game options, movies, credits. Let's just go new game.
The sea still has many secrets.
No, and are we frozen? Damn it. Alright. Crashed on me the first time. Let's try this one last time. If it doesn't work this time, we're going to play a game of solitaire and call it a day on this video till I figure this out. What if we go through load game? No, can't do anything through there. Any options that make sense? No. Alright, let's just try this one last time.
The sea still has many secrets.
Same problem. Alright. I guess we're going to play a game of solitaire and wrap it up on this video. Alright, we're back. I'm going to give up on trying to install games on this thing for now. Let's fire up a game of solitaire and see if I can win. Oh, it's so weird when it's big screen like that. Let's keep it little. I was absolutely addicted to this as a kid. Let's see how I can do. It's been ages since I played this. Now, as for what's next on this computer, we'll be cleaning it up. Probably, yeah, that's the right thing. Doing a full cleanup. We're gonna get a new graphics card in there. We're gonna redo the thermal paste on the CPU, and we'll see where that gets us. We're gonna also have to probably see if there's any missing updates or anything like that that might be causing us problems here. But got big plans for this. Really hoping to get a copy of the Orange Box, one of my favorite games as a teen, which I played on an XP machine, and probably just relive some old memories, really. I still gotta find a good Windows 95 or earlier desktop. I really wanna, really dabble into some of the CD-ROM collection that I've been building over the years. Got a lot of games. I have a couple laptops, probably should mess around with those a little more, but time and all that. Really second guessing my moves right now because I have not done this in so long. Principle of Solitaire is really just to get all the cards up into these spaces in order, so ace, then 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And you can only put the cards onto the opposite color and the corresponding next level down. So like here, if you got a 2 of clubs, you can double click that, it'll go over to the ace over there, and that frees up space. See if I can get lucky my first time doing this in forever and actually win. Okay, put that king there, queen goes there, that frees up a spot. What I really need is a black king right now. Or a red 5 would be helpful to move this 4 over. There we go, black king. Jack, beautiful. Yeah, that's the right move. We need a red 9 in there somewhere. Ace, good. Go there. Oh, I can click this up here. Oh, 3, 4, that's freed up there. 6 can move to the 7, 10 over to this jack. If we find a king at some point, we've got a free open spot for it. Yeah, move the 7 over. 9 to the 10. King to the free space. I think I might be able to win this game. Well, I probably spoke too soon right now. Oh, this 10 can move over here. Go there. That can go there. I'm feeling good about this right now. Don't have a 2 to click that over. Yeah, moving this 5 over here doesn't do anything for me. I really need a black 7. And there's no red 7. Yeah, okay. Go there. Oh, I'm feeling less good right now. let's see if I can do this by clicking things up. I do have a red 5. Maybe lost 6 though. I'm missing that. I might be screwed. Really far into the game and completely screwed. Oh shit, I did it. There. Oh, have I been staring at that the whole time and not? I'm an idiot. There we go, win one. Now we can send all these cards up. I miss when the screens were lower resolution and you'd have basically a full screen for what's about to happen. And waterfall. I'll never get bored of that. Alright, well, I managed to win a game of solitaire. I'm really struggling with installing other software onto here, but it is what it is. I'll get it all sorted out. So let's turn it off and we'll quickly recap what we're going to do with hardware. Alright, so to close out the video, let's consider everything we got to do here from this point onwards. We got a working PC with a mostly working Windows install. We'll have to see if we're missing any critical updates or anything that are preventing us from running third-party software. But we're going to have to do a full cleanup. I blew as much dust of it as I could out, but we'll do a full disassembly and cleanup. This drive is not ejecting. I think it's a belt drive issue potentially. We'll get that open and taken apart because I would like to save that drive. It is the writer. I have a swappable 3.5-inch drive thingy that I'm planning to use one of these spots for, so I'll probably move the writer up if I can get it working, and I'll put that into this slot, hoping to get a floppy disk drive for it. I've ordered a couple of video cards really cheap. Got an 8600 and a 9800 coming, so we're going to try and see if we can cram those into there and get it working. And I'm also probably going to try and get a FireWire card for the PCI slot. There's 2 of them down there. Don't know what to do with the other one, but I'd like to get a FireWire card because I'd like to be able to actually hook up this old mini DV camera that I still have a whole bunch of old video footage on mini DV tapes from, and be actually able to, you know, edit it in the time appropriate machine and software. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll be back with another one on this PC probably in a few weeks.